Okay, so today we're going to look at numbers that are equal to, numbers that are more than, and numbers which are less than. We're going to start with the equals to. And you've obviously seen this in addition sums, subtraction sums. So let's just give you a quick example. If I said, to do a really straightforward one, 1 plus 2 equals 3. Obviously we've seen a sum like this before. And we look at that as if it's a scale. So we've got 1 plus 2 on one side, 3 on the other, and they are balanced. What that means is that one side has the same value as the other side. So equals to, more than, and less than. We use these to compare different values. So let's take a look at what it means if I say something is more than. Say I had the number 4. 4 is more than 3. That means this number on the left here is more than this number on the right here. Another example would be if I said 10 is more than 5. And you can remember this if you think about the actual sign as a hungry crocodile, you can see that the open jaws go towards the bigger number. So you can see, if you imagine that this is a hungry crocodile, the jaws always point towards the bigger number. Let's take a look on a number line at this example here. 10 is more than 5. If I start at 5 and draw a line up to 10, we can see there that 10 is more than 5. What if we were looking at less than? Well, it's quite straightforward. The sign turns the other way. So if I swap the same examples around and said 3 is less than 4, we can see that the open part of the crocodile's mouth still points towards the 4, but the 3 is on the left this time and the 4 is on the right. If I did the same thing with the next one, 5 is less than 10. And obviously on our number line we can say the same thing. We've got 10 there, draw an arrow down to 5 and say 5 is less than 10. So here are some examples. Take a quick second to look over these questions in pink on this side. See if you can fill them out with either equal to, more than, or less than. Okay, so let's start with the first one. We have 2 and 5. So this is going to say that 2 is less than 5. So the open jaws point towards the bigger number. Same thing here, 14 and 23. 14 is less than 23. Let's leave this one till a bit later and let's move over to here. We have 3 on one side and 3 on the other side. So this one will be equals. It means that the left-hand side is exactly the same as the right-hand side. They're balanced. And 31 and 31, okay, that's equals as well. They're both equal to each other. So let's take a look at some slightly larger numbers now. We have 99 on one side, 87 on the other side. So 99 is obviously larger than 87, so we put the sign in there. 99 is more than 87. and the last one 200 and 205. Well, the right hand side is larger, so 200 is less than 205. So let's look at a more complicated example where we have more than one sign to deal with. Let's take this first one. We have 5, 4, and 7. So we'll start on the left side. We'll see how is 5 related to 4. Well, 5 is more than 4, so the open part of our sign is going to point to the 5 and the smaller part is going to point to the 4. So 5 is larger or more than 4. How does 4 relate to 7? Well, 4 is less than 7, so the small part of the sign is going to be on the 4 and the larger open part will point towards the 7. Take a second to see if you can have a go at this next one. We've got 12, 15 and 9. Okay, so how does 12 relate to 15? Well, 12 is less than 15, and 15 is more than 9. Let's take some time to look at some worded questions. So you need to list the numbers which are, let's start with this pink question here, list the numbers which are more than 18 and less than 21. So you're going to have more than one answer here. So think of your number line if you need to. You have 18 and you have 21. We're looking for numbers which are more than 18 and less than 21. So if you remember our previous example, it's similar to that, except in the middle we have a list of numbers rather than just one number. So think about which numbers you can think of that are in between 18 and 21. So if we start from 18, we're not going to include 18 because it says which ones are in between. That doesn't include the two numbers we're given. So the first number was going to be 19. And then we also have the number 20 as well. And obviously we don't include 21. So the numbers which are more than 18 and less than 21 are 19 and 20. Okay, so let's look at the next question. List the numbers which are less than 31 and more than 27. See if you can write out a similar sum to the one we did previously. Okay, so hopefully you got something similar to what I have here. We need to find out what numbers are in between 31 or less than 31 but more than 27. So we can start from 31 and work down, or we could start from 27 and work up. Let's start from 31. The next number down, which is less than 31, is 30, which is still larger than 27. So that works. And then we have obviously 29, and 28 is also more than 27, but less than 31. So in this one we have 3 numbers in our list of answers. Okay, so just to finish off, let's look at one more question, just slightly more complex. So we've got 2 plus 5 on one side and 3 plus 8 on the other side. So again, our choices are equal to, are they equal? Is one side more than the other, or is it less than the other? So let's start by working out the left-hand side. 2 plus 5. So 2 plus 5, obviously we can simplify that to 7. And 3 plus 8 on the right-hand side, we can simplify that to 11. This makes it easier for us to work out which side is larger and which side is smaller, or if they're equal. In this case, the 7 is smaller than 11, So my sign that's going to go back into my original answer here is going to be less than.